If you were a bender and could manipulate one of the four elements, earth, water, air, fire, which one would you choose and why?
Air, because falling to your death is avoidable.
Earthbender is make billions with mining operations and could build a sick rock fort, not a castle, like a giant version of a shitty fort with a dirt floor and no roof, maybe a small cave for when it rains.
Earth seems the most practical today. Also, I want to build my own pool for free.
Water, I want the healing. Water so I could give myself an enema and still keep both hands on the wheel.
Air because there are so many fucked up possibilities. I'd probably just bend girders and shit. Bite my shiny metal ass.
Fire. Fire is cool.
Water, because some people deserve to be pee-slapped.
Air. It's everywhere.
How do you stop feeling so alone?
Music. Making it and listening to it. Watch a horror movie in a dark room with headphones on.
Remember that it is the quality of relationships is more important than quantity.
I got a dog, and she was the love of my life before she passed away. Dogs/pets always help us feel less alone.
I help my loneliness by talking to people. On that note, if you've no one else to talk to, I'm a Reddit message away.
I learned to enjoy being alone. I do a lot of solo activities like art and reading. I used to do solo sports before I hurt my back. I'm married with a kid now, so I'm rarely alone.
I found myself. I grounded my personal values and discovered my interests. I never feel truly alone because I'm not uncomfortable being by myself. 10 tenths would recommend.
When I felt alone, I would go to late-hour Starbucks and read a book. And then I didn't feel so alone anymore, because technically I was it.
Hey, Reddit, what's the weirdest dream you've ever had?
I was at a party and my crush appeared out of nowhere and said time to change, then shot me in the head. Creepiest dream ever. I went to go see Obama do stand-up in Germany with my grandma.
I went with a wizard to Las Vegas and he helped me make a bunch of money. The end.
A man gave birth to an ostrich and then me and the nurses went out for donuts.
Was walking through a pier when all of a sudden a T-Rex appeared killing people. Managed to survive, but it stepped on my mom and I carried her to a bench and cried for her. Woke up crying and realized it was just a dream. I had a dream that I did a whole day at work. Ran through all the details, all the meetings. Then I woke up and had to do a whole day over. It was a weird dream, but on weird when I had to relive it.
I had a sex dream with Jeff Bezos. I wasn't having sex with him, he was just in the room making eye contact with me the whole time, sitting on his stacks of billions.
I meet Bernie Sanders for some reason. He shook my hand and we sat down and talked like old friends for what seemed like hours. I looked drenched in sweat and my heart pounding.
What is the scariest/creepiest thing that has happened to you when you were home alone? Cops of Reddit, what is some of the weirdest/best excuses you've gotten from people you pulled over for speeding?
My dad was a cop. He told me how he pulled over an old man for speeding and the grandpa was yelling, "You pulled me over because you know I have biscuits in the oven at home and they are burning now because of you."
My uncle got pulled over for speeding because he was late. He was on his way to my grandmother's, his mother's, funeral. The cop let him go with that explanation. He said it was his mom's last gift to him.
From a cop friend, I'm so sorry. I was looking at my thermometer and, oh, it all happened so fast.
What feels legal, but isn't?
pumping my own gas in New Jersey.
Putting a quarter in someone's meter that is about to expire so they don't get a $50 ticket. It's a nice gesture, but is illegal if it's not your car.
A child's lemonade stand.
If you are too drunk to drive, it is still illegal to sleep in your car. That's so stupid. Sometimes that can be the only option left.
Depending on state, a car manufacturer selling the car they made to a buyer who's interested in buying that car. Buying something in one state, X, Delaware, and not paying sales tax in your state. I don't know who they think they're kidding either.
Collecting rainwater, in some areas.
Labeling your lunch bag poison, do not eat, and putting a bunch of laxatives in it.
High schoolers of Reddit, what is the current fad, rumor, or scandal going around your school?
A freshman got pregnant by a college student, but get this, her middle school sister also got pregnant by the same guy, but their parents are making the older sister marry the college guy.
A freshman got expelled for plopping his balls on another guy's shoulder and whispering hello sensually from behind him in the middle of class.
Somebody keeps peeling paint off the wall in the bathroom and the staff is uptight about it a lot.
Somebody saw two teachers in the teacher's lounge exchanging fluids.
A guy hacked into the school TV announcement system. He played hentai porn for all 800 boys at the school. This hentai porn was a girl being penetrated by an octopus. He is no longer at the school.
Looks like HS hasn't changed much in 25 years. Guy got his dick sucked while vaping in the bathroom and recorded it.
A girl used a Butterfinger candy bar as a dildo and sent a video to a guy, and he sent it to everyone. I didn't know her as anything other than Butterfinger for 2 years.
Which basic knowledge did you totally forget for a moment?
What you call a person who is from China.
Spent half an hour one time trying to make my brain accept that would is obviously a word, because how else would one contract will and not? Why does this look weird? Why does this sound weird? It has to be a word. Once while driving I wondered how blind people see the lane divider lines.
Sometimes I forget the name for radiators and end up calling them microwaves.
What is the worst book that you read for school?
Read Ethan Frome in high school. I have no idea why I hated it, but I made it a point to get rid of that book as soon as we were done with it. Having to read Don Quixote in the original Spanish and then again in the modern to see if we understood the original. I swear that teacher was a sadist.
7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. F that book right in the A.
I had a teacher who managed to make Huckleberry Finn boring. Also the hatchet. That teacher was gifted with being terrible.
Ethan Frome, who tries to commit suicide by sledding into a tree.
What is the worst kind of person?
Narcissistic sociopath. I dated one. No, I'm not bitter. He was actually just the worst and not a very good human being. They are very calculating, manipulative and cruel.
The kind of person who abuses their kid for their entire existence and then claims that they actually loved you the whole time.
People with no remorse. No sorries, no apologies, instead they get mad and blame others, or worse, you.
People who park their Infiniti in 2 spaces at once and then just leave their shopping cart on the island instead of putting it where it belongs, which is about a 10 seconds walk from their car. Yeah, I saw that, lady. Liars. Met a guy in college he just liked to lie for fun. Especially to women, he said. People who always have to be the victim. Oh, you did something terrible, It had real consequences and now others are suffering due to your decision? Better play the victim card.
The kind of people whose only version of humor is jokingly insulting other people.
People who walk down the middle of the parking lot lane at roughly 1 mile per hour while on their phone, oblivious to the world.
People who litter. One-uppers, unamused face.